Hi guys, it's Unleashed Code, and today I've got a cracking video for you because it's all to do with Battlefield 4 and the summer patch. So here we are again guys, and today, like I said, talking about the Battlefield 4 summer patch. It is a massive patch, and I'm going to run through some of the release notes and just shorten them for you so we can get a rough idea of what they've changed. And they've changed a lot, and from everything I've read, it's all good. I can't see one thing which I'm like, yeah, I wish I didn't do that. Okay, let's crack on. Generally with the game, they've started with fixed exploits in the game. They've added improved team balancing. You can no longer spawn on squad mates who are under fire. That's a massive one. I was getting killed a ton by that. Suppression now works by checking its suppression increase to activate. Zavod Graveyard Shift map has been added. The server preset added to deploy screen, so you've got standard, classic and hardcore. Updated soldier animations, and that fixed a backwards and sideways glitch where the legs would sort of go flapping and pop out of joint. You can now use all your unlocks on any server. They've reduced the speed of the soldier movement strafing, okay, and that will mean that it's much less jerky and you're going to have better control while strafing, which is good. Abilities for the weapons and unlocks can now be used in unracked matches. Pillbox features in the Zavod map, they can now be used properly, and you can actually rest bipods on them, which is very good if you're a heavy machine gunner. Spotting distances are now 200 meters in night maps. I don't know if that's an increase or a decrease. I believe it's an increase. I may be wrong on that. They also fixed a bug where players would take damage going up certain staircases or falling awkward. Sometimes by going up the stairs it would even cause death. That one's never happened to me, but that's an interesting one. I'm pleased they fixed it. Fixed issues where players could die from vaulting over objects. Wow, that one rarely happened to me, if ever, as well. But it obviously was there. And added night operations large, night operations, and night operations infantry quick match selections for Zavod. And that's all still on the Graveyard Shift map. Moving on to networking, this is where some of the biggest changes have happened. Not so many, but important ones. Updated server stall detection, so bad servers can be spotted faster and they'll eliminate them. Improved packet loss handling, obviously that's massive to us if we're online, and improved rubber banding, which they've always been doing, improving it. They've also fixed issues with incorrect health. If you took damage while you were healing, it used to give you incorrect health readings. Also changed the frame history time to prevent dusting from jets. They've added indicators on the current server for simulation rates. They've added indicators on the current server for simulation race while it's loading. I believe it's now just above 30 frames a second. And added network communication suite, which is a really cool feature, and this is going to pop up on your HUD and give you indicators that you have a bad or poor or mediocre network connection. Which will definitely save you a lot of time in a server of dying a million times and you're trying to figure out why. Damage is sent on frame rate now and not on the simulation rate, so that should keep kills a bit more accurate. With audio, they fixed any audio obstructions. Moving on from audio, they've got vehicles. Now a ton of changes to vehicles. Here we are. The turrets they've concentrated on. Turrets on vehicles have a better turn logic. Added a vehicle sensitivity slider so you can control the turn rate a bit better yourselves. They've got better input curves across the board, and they fixed an issue with the PC. If you turn the turret too quickly with a mouse, it would actually flip and turn the turret the other way. It would sort of completely go the opposite direction way that you were heading. It's like 360 then. Frame rates have been improved for the free look cameras on vehicles. Occasionally there was some stuttering, so they've improved that. They reverted to original jet physics. So if you're in a jet, you're back to square one with the physics. That is a good thing. Mobility hits no longer cause unsalvageable stalls. And they've also fixed an issue where jets would flip upside down, they become all jittery. Okay. A big one here is aircraft interior glass improvements. Finally, they've reduced reflections and the colours, making visibility that much better when you're inside an aircraft. That was a big one for me. I'm happy about that. Fixed issues where missiles would not harm people standing in open turrets and vehicles. Yeah, that would drive me mad as well. That is now being fixed. Fixed wake effects for jet skis at night. They've reduced FLIR and IRMVs HUDs dramatically. Okay, that because it was very much glary and it would actually bleach out the map quite a lot. So that's a massive improvement, and they've dropped it a lot. It's not just like a case of a slight touch, they've dropped it dramatically. Reduced bloom scales for the FLIR as well, increased PLD RMV ranges. For the Zovid graveyard shift now vehicles have exterior and interior lights, attack helicopters, smart rocket changes. They've reduced the rate of fire. Not only that, with the helicopters, smart rocket changes, they've also reduced the turning angles. Where is it? Yeah, they've reduced the turning angles. It's much less powerful against moving targets. Mobile anti-air 20mm has faster bullets, but 30mm have less spread. So yeah, 30mm are more accurate. 20mm is going to deal damage quicker. So it's a good balance there between the two. Lock-on missiles are now more susceptible to countermeasures. That's always a good thing. Missiles can no longer do 180-degree turns instantly. Yes, so that's definitely an improvement. Reduced time for missile activation. Blast radius tweaks. There's been damage changed from the blast damage to impact damage. Hydra rockets now properly damage walls. Moving on to weapons. Okay, they fixed a long time issue where infantry weapons would fail to load properly. It would look like, the animation looked like it would actually complete and do the reload, but they actually really didn't. That would drive few people crazy, that one. They've also decreased tracer frequencies for full auto weapons for every 1 to every 3rd bullet shot. Flashbangs, okay, quite a lot of changes on the flashbangs. They've now got an increase of 145 degrees flashbang angle. The flash duration is now for 0.6 for friendlies, okay, and no longer blinds dead people. As I'm fairly sure it wouldn't in real life. Increase the suppression effect from flashbang explosions. Sorry, excuse me. It's reduced a number of default flashbangs from 3 to 2, okay, that's quite important. Update effect to work exactly the same in the dark and light environments. Shielded players in vehicles, tank drivers no longer get blinded, but if you're in an open seat vehicle like a Jeep, then it's still going to blind you. Okay, and they've reduced the time from 10 seconds to 1.5 seconds. Okay, that's the live time. This prevents players from dropping flashbangs from tall buildings at enemies below, which is really, really good. It's more of an instant pop when you chuck a flashbang now. Improved target line of sight obstruction testing as well. So some more changes on weapons. TV missiles, okay, they've changed the multipliers for soldier damage. You can also get blast radius has been increased, and they've doubled it, okay. They've improved the responsiveness of the steering slightly, and they fixed an issue for players who get stuck in mid-air when they jumped out of an attack helicopter after firing a TV missile. So massive improvements there. They've increased the S-roll range and its top speed. They fixed an issue which would cause blue flashes when the player fires at like bright objects, something like the sun. Okay. They've improved visibility at night vision with the night vision optics for night. They've fixed an issue with a HUD on the UCAV would blink intermittently. They've tracer polished, they've lowered the brightness, thickness and length. They've reintroduced the N94 bipod, and it's automatically there for you to use. It's unlocked by default, okay, so you don't have to earn it. Removed extended barrel when using heavy barrels on PDWs. This affects the MX4, the P90, the UMP45 and the UMP9. Added blinking red lights to mines, yeah, that's definitely going to make them more visible at night, and you can even see the lights blinking in the day, but you wouldn't really see it if you were using a tank as such. But you can see it as you lay them on. You see the light blinking on top. Okay, they've renamed all the mentions for the RPK 74M to RPK, and they renamed the L96A1 to the L115. They fixed animations issues with Mare's leg in third position, and also with Mare's leg they've added a heavy barrel option. Okay, M26 Dart has had some changes. They've increased the pellet count. Okay, they've decreased the headshot multiplier from revolvers, slugs and Desert Eagle from 2.35 to 2.13. Okay, this is going to prevent pump action slugs from being able to do one-hit kills at infinite ranges. So a massive improvement there, because that was driving me nuts as well. L86, they've reduced recoil and zeroing fixes on the CS5, the AS Val, the Groza 4, the AK5C. All of those weapons have had speed increases with the bullets, and they've also changed the ranges as well. Okay, there's been some head glitch fixes. They've added a fix for spawning bullets from closer to the barrel, all four M26 variants. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Added a new JDAM explosion effect, completely new explosion effect. That's pretty cool. As for game modes now, they've got Gunmaster fixes, and they've also fixed the music, obviously, where you'd get to the end of the level, you get to the last level, quit the session, and the music's just getting even more ramped up and more ramped up. They fixed an issue where the stats wouldn't get tracked properly, and they fixed an issue where your gun emplacements could cause server to crash. They've also added liveboard scoreboard functionality, updated the Gunmaster to display infinite magazines in the HUD. Right. Maps. Zavod Graveyard Shift. They've enabled all the ladders for all modes except for Defuse and Gunmaster. Zavod 311. They fixed an exploit where players can leave the game. Enabled ladders for all modes except Defuse and Gunmaster. Operation Whiteout, they've optimized the memory usage. Operation Locker, only on the Xbox 360, but they've optimized the memory usage. Goal Mode Railway, they fixed the pink I-beam on collapsible building. And for the very last one, it's on the battle logs. They've removed the requirement for Google Chrome plugin support, as Origin now provides that functionality. You will be able to download and update your Battlefield client now, but this feature will be activated at a later date. So thanks for watching this, guys. I hope this broken down sort of patch has helped you in this video, and if it has, give it a like. I think all the corrections that they've made have been absolutely fantastic. I can't see any negative one. I think they've all been good. You may disagree, and if you do, please leave comments below. And if you want to see more of these videos, certainly patch videos. I'm doing another patch video as we speak, actually. I'm just cracking on with GTA 5. They just had a patch. So if you want to see patch videos, don't be afraid. Click the subscribe button and you can stay up to date with what I'm doing. Cheers, guys, and I shall see you on the next one.